In this section, you are to rate the knowledge and ability statements listed. Knowledge refers to an organized body of facts, rules, and procedures which, if used, makes good job performance possible. Ability is the cognitive, physical, and personal worker characteristics needed to do a job. Cognitive examples are thinking, calculating, imagining, and creating. Physical examples are lifting, pushing, hearing, seeing. Personal examples are working as part of a team, staying calm under pressure, calming others, and getting along with others at work. Knowledge and abilities have these three dimensions in common: importance, better performance, and required day one. Importance for knowledge and abilities is similar to the importance for tasks. How important is this knowledge or ability to effective performance in the job of first-level fire supervisor? Use these ranges to determine which bubble to fill in, A being not important at all, to E being critical. When considering the question better performance, ask yourself, how much of this KSA is likely to result in better performance? Consider the statement, ability to actively listen to subordinates. Captains Conte and Wood are identical in all respects, except that Captain Conte has more of an ability to actively listen to firefighters than Captain Wood. Would Captain Conte be likely to perform his job better than Captain Wood? If so, you would rate the ability B, yes, for better performance. If not, you would mark A. The question required day one for tasks is similar for knowledge and ability. Is it required that a first-level fire supervisor be able to possess or perform this knowledge or ability the first day on the job? A designates that a first level does not need this knowledge or ability day one. B designates that they do. Only knowledges have a fourth component, recall level needed. When considering this question, ask yourself, how familiar does a first level need to be with this knowledge on the job? If a first level doing your job only needs general familiarity, they would have the time and resources to look up the information while on the job. Choose A. If they need to know some things by heart but not everything, then fill in B. If a first level needs to know this information cold, it is too critical to rely on source documents or other people while on the job, choose C. If you read a statement and then decide you have not needed the knowledge or ability described within the past 12 months, answer A to each of the questions next to the item. Now we are going to do the first two knowledge statements together. Please turn to page 29 in your questionnaire booklet and then turn to question 454 in your response booklet on page 3. Use the blue handout Knowledge Statements for easy reference to the rating scales. Consider the first knowledge statement, knowledge of company functions and schedules, at emergency responses, and in-station routines. If you have not needed this knowledge in the past 12 months, answer A for questions 454 through 457, and then continue to the next knowledge statement. If you have, begin at question 454, importance, and ask yourself how important is this knowledge in relation to the performance of the first level fire supervisor job. Use the given range on the blue sheet to determine which bubble to fill in, and then darken the appropriate bubble for question 454 on your answer sheet. For question 455, better performance, ask yourself, would more of this knowledge result in better job performance? Use the given range to determine which bubble to fill in, and then darken the appropriate bubble for question 455 on your answer sheet. For question 456, recall level needed, ask yourself, what level of recall is needed? Use the given range to determine which bubble to fill in, and then darken the appropriate bubble for question 456 on your answer sheet. For question 457, required day 1, ask yourself, is it required that a first-level fire supervisor possess this knowledge the first day on the job? Use the given range to determine which bubble to fill in, and then darken the appropriate bubble for question 457 on your answer sheet. Now consider the second knowledge statement. Knowledge of departmental SOPs, SOGs, rules and regulations needed for immediate application or to conduct routine functions. If you have not needed this knowledge for the past 12 months, answer A for questions 458 through 461, and then continue to the next knowledge statement. If you have, begin at question 458, importance, and ask yourself, how important is this knowledge in relation to the performance of the first-level fire supervisor job? Use the given range to determine which bubble to fill in, and then darken the appropriate bubble for question 458 on your answer sheet. For question 459, better performance, ask yourself, would more of this knowledge result in better job performance? Use the given range to determine which bubble to fill in, and then darken the appropriate bubble for question 459 on your answer sheet. For question 460, recall level needed, ask yourself, what level of recall is needed? Use the given range to determine which bubble to fill in, and then darken the appropriate bubble for question 460 on your answer sheet. For question 461, required day 1, ask yourself, is it required that a first-level fire supervisor possess this knowledge the first day on the job? Use the given range to determine which bubble to fill in, and then darken the appropriate bubble for question 461 on your answer sheet. Please continue to answer the questions for the rest of the knowledge statements. When you get to the ability statements portion of the questionnaire, remember that recall level needed dimension is not included. You are only responsible for importance, better performance, and required day 1. Please use the green handout labeled Ability Statements for easy reference when completing the Ability section. If at any time you have any questions, please ask your training officer or the questionnaire facilitator. If you are unable to complete the questionnaire this session, please return your questionnaire and response booklet to your training officer or questionnaire facilitator. Arrangements will be made with you to complete the questionnaire at a later time as department operations allow. Thank you again for your time and effort with this project. We couldn't do this without you.